Hey guys, Cece back with another video, and today's video is going to be my full foundation collection. So if this is your first time watching me or my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Also make sure you go ahead and click the little notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you can always be notified of all of my future videos because you never want to miss a single upload. You also want to make sure you're following me on Instagram at YvetteLuvsBeauty and also subscribe to my family vlog channel right here on YouTube at Bradley Party of 6. So you guys, this is a long time coming. If you missed my entire declutter series, I will make sure that playlist is linked up there in the cards. Make sure you check that out. I decluttered my full makeup collection and I'm going to show you what I was left with. So we're going to start with foundations. I decided to do a makeup collection video just with each category instead of doing it all in one video. I want to get through this series and then I want to show you guys a vanity tour before I pack all this stuff up and get it to the new house, because then you guys will be getting another makeup room and vanity tour. So I'm going to try to get through this series pretty quickly, so be looking out for some videos on my makeup collection. But I decided to start with foundations because foundation, I don't know, you guys. I go through phases with makeup, like what's my favorite, but I feel like foundations have and always will be my favorite part of makeup. Just when you have that flawless base, I mean, can't nobody tell you nothing, or at least me. So I'm excited to start off with this. Your girl has 49 foundations. That is how many foundations I ended up with after I decluttered a lot of them, and then I kind of bought some more. But I decluttered a lot of them, so I left myself with 49. It is an insane amount of foundation. You do not need 49 foundations. One or two will suit you just well. So just because you see me with 49 foundations, please do not feel like you need to go out, run out and buy more foundation. That's crazy talk, okay? This is crazy. This having 49 foundations is crazy, but I got them. So we're gonna talk about them. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm going to give you like some very mini basic reviews. I'm going to let you guys know my shade in every single foundation, and I'm not going to link all these foundations below. So you're going to have to watch the video to see which foundations I have and what my shade is. I think I did this video a year ago and people asked me, why didn't you link every foundation below? Because that'll take me an hour and I don't have an hour to link every foundation below. If you don't have time to watch the video, I don't have an hour to link them all below. Just saying. That was unnecessary, but I don't know. I feel like I'm on one today because I hate when people do that. But anyway, grab a snack and let's jump right into the video. Okay, so let's start off on an expensive note, okay? Let's go with my most expensive foundation. That is this one, the La Mer Soft Fluid Longwear Foundation. Definitely have a full video on this if you guys haven't seen it. I will try to link, if I have any specific videos on the foundations, I will try to remember to link them all below. But this is the La Mer foundation. I love this foundation. It's $120, very expensive. You don't need a $120 foundation, but I'm definitely a fan of this one. This is in the shade 440 Amber. I do have this foundation. Well, it's a BB cream. I actually just got this in a BoxyCharm, so I have not tried it yet, but it's the Pure Lisse Perfect Glow BB cream, and it's oil-free, moisturizing, natural coverage, and matte. So this one's in the shade Tan, and I actually did swatch it and it did match my skin tone, but I haven't used it yet, so no opinion. CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation. This one's in the shade Tan Rich 590. I used it a couple of times, don't love it. I don't hate it, but I just don't love it. It has very light coverage, which is what it is. It's like a clean, fresh, everyday foundation. I am more of a medium to full coverage type of girl, so maybe that's why I didn't love it, but this just wasn't my favorite. And of course, it also wasn't matte, so yeah. I have two here from Fenty Beauty, and I'm talking about them together because I've been using them a lot together. So these are the Fenty Beauty Hydrating and then the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Matte Foundations. I am in the shade 370. Yeah, 370 in both of them. This is like my perfect perfect foundation shade, and I love using this shade as a reference because I know it fits me. I like wearing these foundations together. Obviously, you guys know I have oily skin, and so the hydrating foundation, even though I've worn this alone and it still looks amazing and it still gives me good coverage and it still doesn't make me too oily, I like using them together because it makes the perfect natural finish, and just the texture of this foundation is so amazing and it looks so good on the skin. I am a Fenty stan, as you guys know, so definitely recommend the Fenty foundations if you haven't tried them, or if you didn't like them, try them together. I really like them. Moving on, let's go with the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Foundation. I'm in the shade Medium 19. This is another good shade for me. It's a little deep, like a smidget, like this much deep, but it's a really nice foundation, very good finish, not high coverage, so it's like light to medium coverage, but just great finish on the skin. I think it looks amazing, and it's another expensive foundation. I think this one's like 68 bucks, but if you like Pat McGrath, if you want to support a black owned makeup brand, this is a good one. Believe Beauty, this is the foundation that I'm wearing today. This is a $5 foundation from Dollar General that I recently picked up and have been loving. So if you guys are looking for a budget friendly option, this is like medium to full coverage, and I mean, just look at my skin. My skin looks so nice. It's like a natural finish, so it just keeps me looking just like skin-like. The foundation is very skin-like. I've gotten compliments every single time I use this foundation, and I am so in love with it. So I'm in the shade Sand in this foundation, and it's definitely my perfect foundation shade. And FYI, for all of you who have been asking, I've seen your comments. I have updated my foundation shades in the description box, so you can check them out down there. I don't have all these foundations down there, but I have updated some shades down there, so you can check it out. The Estee Lauder Double Wear. Is this not a staple in like everybody's foundation collection? This is a super full coverage. It is a super matte, like this foundation is like glue, okay? You put it on your face, it's not going anywhere. You're gonna look flawless all day. So if you have like maybe a wedding to go to or just like an all day event or something, this is really nice and will keep you looking flawless all day. This is like my perfect shade. I'm in the shade 5W1 Cinnamon. It looks so amazing on me. Let's move into the Maybelline Fit Me Foundations. I have two of them. My shade is 330 Toffee, but I saw that they added some new shades since the last time I purchased, which like this one, 332 Golden Caramel. I haven't tried this one yet, so I don't know if it works for me, but Toffee is good enough, so I don't even know if I'm gonna open this. I might just give this to someone and not open it, but I do have two of them. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundations ever. It keeps me matte. It's beautiful. Danessa Myricks, this is another black owned makeup brand. I got this off of Beautylish. I got the shade N07. This is not the correct shade for me. It's definitely off. I think I used this in a live and I had to mix it with some things to make it work, but it ended up working. The finish of the foundation is absolutely beautiful, but this just isn't my right shade. So if you go to Beautylish to buy some Danessa Myricks, just make sure you're a little more careful with the shade than I was. I didn't feel like sending it back, so I kept it, but I can mix it with other things to make it work better for me. But the finish, absolutely beautiful. Ooh, another favorite of mine that I just absolutely love is the Anasazi Beverly Hills. This is the Luminous Foundation. Clearly, again, I'm oily, so it's really hard for me to wear luminous foundations this time of year. However, if I mix it or if I only wear it for like 4 hours, like say I'm just like going to brunch and coming straight home, I can wear this foundation and it looks so gorgeous. My skin just looks super glowy and beautiful. The trick is to catch it right before it turns to an oil slick. You know what I mean? But I love this foundation and I just definitely love it. My favorite shade is, my perfect shade is 410C. Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. This is in the shade Y445. So one of the things I love about Makeup Forever as a brand is that they keep their shades consistent. So I'm in the shade Y445 in this. I'm in the shade Y445 in the Ultra HD foundation. And in all the other foundations, I am Y445. So it's very easy to find your shade in Makeup Forever. But this is a really nice foundation, very matte. It has really good coverage and I really do love this. I'm also super into the squeezy tube packaging because you can get pretty much all of the product out. So love that and would definitely recommend. Another favorite foundation of mine, of course, is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This says it stays all day and night. I would definitely agree. Stays on my skin so well, keeps me matte. I don't have any problems with this throughout the day. Love it. For this one, I'm in the shade number 11, Warm Chawed. NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I haven't really used this in a while. I remember really loving it. I don't know why I haven't used it. Maybe I'm gonna pull this out. Maybe this will be like in my next shot in my stash or something. But I'm in the shade CSWS F15.9, which is Warm Honey. I don't know why that had to be so rough. Like, why so many letters and numbers? I don't know. But I'm in the shade Warm Honey, and such a good foundation. This is the one that Alyssa Ashley here on YouTube helped curate the shades and things like that. So really love this. I actually use her as a shade reference for different foundations because we're like the same shade, and this was her shade and it fit me perfectly. So if you're looking for a good full coverage matte drugstore foundation, this would be great for this season. So I would definitely check this out. Plus it has a pump. So I haven't used it in a while. I feel like I need to pick that back up. This foundation is by Becca. This is the Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation infused with Glow Nectar Brightening Complex. To be honest, I've only used this foundation a few times and I can't even remember what I thought about it because I haven't used it in a while. So I don't have an opinion on it, but I'm in the shade Amber, and yeah, I don't remember what my opinion was on it. So this is another one that I need to pick up and use or declutter if I'm not going to use it. Here's a good one that I've done a recent review on, well, one within the last few months. This is the Lorac Pro Soft Focus Longwear Foundation in the shade 18 Medium Dark. This is a really good shade for me, a really good foundation. Definitely was just like a great basic everyday foundation. I didn't find it like overly gorgeous, but it was great for every day. It stayed on my skin. I had no issues with it at all. So I would definitely check this one out. It also has a pump, and then it's like super skinny. So I think it's really, really good to travel with. Not a glass bottle, it's a plastic bottle. I just think it'd be really good to travel with. Alright, you all know that this is one of my all-time favorite foundations, the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. This one I am in the shade 60 WO, and oh my god. I have a full review on this foundation from like last year when it first came out, and this is definitely one of my staple foundations. I stay matte with this foundation. I don't have to touch up, I don't have to touch it, I don't have to look at it. I put it on and I go. It's super full coverage and it's just so beautiful. The word weightless is definitely, I think, what I love most about this foundation because it's full coverage but you don't feel it. I feel like when I wear the Estee Lauder Double Wear, you can feel it. Like, you know that's on your face when you have this on. This one, it doesn't feel like anything is on your face and it's just super airy and light, and I really love that about it. So that's the fave. If you're looking for another full coverage foundation, Huda is like full coverage as well. This one I'm in the shade Gingerbread 430N, and the only foundation, or the only thing I hate about this foundation is that it has that signature Huda Beauty perfumey ass scent. It is just so strong and so overpowering. It does go away, let me tell you, but it's just so strong, and I don't know if that's a cultural thing or what, but all of her products have that same perfumey, very, very strong smell. And so I hate that about her products, but the products are actually pretty darn good. So if you're looking for a full coverage and you don't mind the smell, Huda could be your go-to. All right, let's pull out some stick foundations. One of my favorites, which this one is actually gone, like it doesn't come up any more than this, it's seriously gone. This is the Nars Velvet Matte Foundation Stick in Cadiz Medium Dark 3. Hello, amazing foundation stick. If you're looking for a new foundation stick, this has super ease of use. It keeps me matte all day and my skin just looks absolutely gorgeous with it on. So I love this, and I need to put it in my empties because it's gone, but absolutely love this foundation stick. I also love the Maybelline Superstay multi-use foundation stick. This is another one that I've talked to you guys about a million trillion times. This is my third tube of this, and just such a really good, easy breezy everyday foundation. I don't have to think about it. I put it on, I blend it out, we leave out the door. Like, that's how amazing this is. Love it. And yeah, I love it. MAC Studio Fix foundation stick. I think I did a full review on this like last year. I remember loving it then, but then I used it after that, and it's like, I like it, I don't love it. It's not one of the ones for some reason that I reach for super often, but it's really good, and I mean, I do like it. So it's just one of those basic foundations. I didn't feel like it did it was like overly great. It was just one of those really basic foundations. It's the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in a stick form. So if you really love the Studio Fix Fluid, I think you'd really love this. And I'm in an NC 45 in this one. I don't know if I told you guys, in the Maybelline Superstay, I'm in 330 Toffee Caramel. That's like usually my Maybelline color. The RCMA, what is this? The RCMA Series Favorites palette. This is a foundation palette, and I don't ever use this for foundation. I really use this for concealer and also like carving out my brows. I'm not even sure why I bought this. I don't remember the reason, but that's what I use this for. I got the palette Shinto. So it has SH1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in it. I don't exactly know how many palettes there are, but that's the one that I got, and it just looks like this. So it ranges from a little lighter to a little darker than my skin tone, and I can mix it together to make any color that I would like. So I don't have an opinion on it as a foundation, but as a concealer, bravo. Okay guys, we're about halfway through this. Let's truck it and keep going. Another foundation I love, which you guys have heard me talk about this a million times. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. This is usually my vacation foundation because they don't have an exact shade for me, but this is a little darker, and so when I'm on vacation, I get a little darker. So I always usually take this on vacation, and it just looks so amazing on my skin. I am in the shade 5N1 Pecan, but again, if you're my shade, just remember this is a little deep for my skin tone. Let's talk about this one. This is another black owned makeup brand. This is the Black Opal True Color Pore Perfecting Liquid Foundation. This is one of the foundations that I've been raving about for years. I'm in the shade Truly Topaz, and this is, again, truly one of my favorite foundations, like ever. Drugstore, high-end, whatever. Keeps me matte. I don't have to worry about it. It has medium coverage, and it's just a really good one to try from the drugstore. They sell it at Rite Aid, so I would definitely check it out. Alright, so the next foundation I'm going to tell you guys about, I was like hating on for the longest time, and now I actually truly really love this foundation. It's the Too Faced Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. So I think my problem was just that I just had the wrong shade. I don't know. I did not like this foundation at all, and then I retried it for the third time, and it clicked on me, and I don't know if maybe my skin changed. I don't know what happened. I did try a new shade, so that could have something to do with it, but this was in the shade Brulee, and this is the shade that I've been looking for in this foundation all these years. And so definitely really beautiful. It's so beautiful on camera. It's also beautiful now to me in person, because that was my issue with it before. I didn't feel like it was beautiful in person, but it's beautiful on camera, but it's also really beautiful in person. So I would definitely try out the Too Faced foundation if you have not. Let's move over to another black owned makeup brand. This is Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. I have the shade 430 Rio. I don't think this is my perfect shade, but it works for me. So this foundation is absolutely beautiful. It's another one that I have a full review on, and it does the job. Like, it's super full coverage. It's not something that I would wear like every single day, but when I just want to look super flawless and like, I mean, just made up for the gods, this is a good foundation to choose. The Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. This is another great foundation that I've recently like gotten into a lot lately. If you guys have been watching my videos lately, you know that I've really gotten into Hourglass. I've just really been loving it. And so this is a really nice foundation that I've just been into it. Like, it's like medium coverage and it just looks really flawless on my skin. I don't know how many times I can say flawless, but it just looks really flawless on my skin and I love it. So yeah. Oh, and I'm in the shade Golden Amber in this foundation. I do have one Dior foundation. This is the Dior Forever 24-Hour Wear High Perfection Skin Caring Foundation with Sunscreen. I'm in the shade 405 Neutral. I haven't used this foundation in a while, so I can't even remember what my thoughts on it were. I'm sorry guys, I can't remember. This is another one I'm gonna have to pull out because I can't remember my exact thoughts. Let's move into the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. This one's in the shade Almond, or Caramel, previously Almond. And this is a nice foundation, a nice basic everyday foundation. Super affordable. You guys know it's e.l.f., so it's like $6 or $8. Very affordable, and I just think it looks pretty good on the skin. I actually have a full face of e.l.f. video that I did a few months ago, and I did really like the foundation. It wasn't like something that I'm like, this is the most amazing foundation ever. Like, I like the Believe Beauty foundation better than the e.l.f. foundation, but the e.l.f. foundation is still really nice. All right, the next foundation we're gonna pull out is from NYX, and it's the Born to Glow Natural Radiant Foundation. This is another radiant foundation. It's a very glowy foundation, a very gorgeous foundation, but one that I just can't wear this time of year unless I mix it with something. I've been really into mixing my products lately, if you guys couldn't tell, but I just dropped it. I did enjoy this a couple of times in the colder months, but I'm in the shade Caramel, another long BTGRF15 Caramel. Here's another foundation. This is the Bite Beauty Change Maker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. I'm in the shade T110, and I have used this foundation several times. I did an Instagram wear test on this foundation, and by the way, I do a lot of Instagram wear tests, so I do have them highlighted in my Instagram story, so make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. But this foundation I liked a lot. It was actually very, very gorgeous on my skin. Just made me look really nice. This is another one of those nice basic everyday foundations. Again, it has the squeezy tube that I love, so I would recommend this foundation as well. The Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I'm in the shade number 4.0 Medium Dark. I love this foundation. I also did a wear test on this foundation. Just like search YouTube with my name and the foundation name and it'll come up. I mean, I love this foundation. I haven't used it in a while because I've been trying to use others, but this is such a great full coverage foundation. Has my squeezy tube requirements, and it's just, I don't even know what to say. Beautiful. Revlon Photo Ready Insta Filter Foundation in the shade 400 Caramel. Good solid foundation, not a matte foundation, so be careful if you have oily skin, but a nice good solid basic everyday foundation. I'm good with it. Kat Von D. This is the Kat Von D True Portrait Liquid to Powder Foundation in the shade Tan 068. This is such a great foundation, and I don't know why I don't wear it more. When I was wearing this foundation, it kept me matte, and it is full coverage. It is a really good foundation. I'm not the hugest fan of Kat Von D products for some reason, but this is one of those that really just surprised me and caught my eye. This isn't like the full coverage like the what's her other one? I'll put the name of it on the screen. The really full coverage cakey one. I did not like that at all. But this one it's full coverage, but it's not like mask like full coverage. You know what I mean? So this was a really nice foundation. I have a little mini of the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations like ever in life. This is just it. This is a foundation. This is my second jar of this. I had a full size, then I got the mini. This is just the best foundation of life. It has like that good mixture of glowiness but natural finish, so you don't look super oily. It's not the mattest foundation, so you will have to touch up if you have super oily skin like I do, but it's just the most gorgeous finish. I don't care. Like, the finish is one of the most beautiful finishes that I've ever seen in a foundation, and I've seen a lot of foundations, so this is a good one. Let's move back into a stick. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation in the shade Y445. Like I was telling you guys before, this is one of those foundations or one of those brands that they keep the shades consistent, which is really nice. But this foundation stick, I had to do that because it's so creamy. I love this foundation stick, and I don't know why I don't pull it out more, but the Makeup Forever foundation stick is one of the first foundation sticks that I ever heard people talking about, and it's just super creamy, and I understand why people love it. It also affords you like medium to full coverage, which is really nice, and it blends out so well. That's one of the ones we're gonna pull out too. We're gonna pull out a few of these and use them. Like, we're gonna do that. My last black owned makeup brand foundation is the Beauty Saywhat Weightless Soft Matte Foundation. This one I'm in the shade number Bronze Venus T2C. The shade range on this foundation is absolutely awesome. I think they have 40 or 50 shades. There's a lot of them, okay? So you're definitely destined to find your shade range. They also have different undertones. So I have T2C, which is a cool undertone, but there's so many different undertones that you can choose from and different shades, and an amazing brand. Beauty also has a full range of products. So just an amazing brand. I've talked about them before. Just did a full face of black owned makeup brands. I actually did 2 of those videos, and I featured Beauty in both. Gorgeous products. Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Long Wear Foundation and Concealer. This was that foundation that had the pump on it because you could use it as a foundation, but it also had the doe foot, so you can use it as a concealer. This was one of the most flawless matte foundations that I've ever tried. And did I do I think I did. I did a YouTube video on this last year, and I don't know why I ever put this foundation down, but this is one of the most flawless and matte foundations I've ever tried. Long wearing, like long wearing, and it had 100 shades. 100. So if you can't find your shade in this, honey, I don't know what complexion you are, but this 100 shades. Oh, I lied. I have another black owned beauty brand foundation. This is the Range Beauty True Intentions Hydrating Foundation. This foundation I mentioned in my June favorites because it's truly been one of my favorites over the last couple of months. I've been using this foundation a lot lately. I've been really into my black owned makeup brands, which is what made me purchase this in the first place, and I fell in love with it. This makes your skin look so gorgeous, so flawless, so beautiful. You need it. L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. Another good everyday basic foundation. Not the most matte foundation, but makes me look super cute, and like this is like my perfect work foundation. I love it. I'm in the shade, what shade we in? 505. Oh, and in Range Beauty, I'm in the shade, did I tell you guys? Soul. S-O-L, Soul. Milani Screen Queen Natural Finish Foundation. I'm in the shade 430 Toasted Tawny, and this is another good basic everyday foundation. I don't have much to say about it. I do have a full review on it if you want to see that, but yeah, nice everyday basic foundation. Milani's Conceal and Perfect Foundation Stick, another good everyday basic foundation. I don't like, some of these foundations is just kind of like, I don't really know what to say about it, you know. It's a good solid product. Like if you want to purchase it, go for it. That's kind of what I mean when I say that. But I'm in the shade 270 Tan. A newer foundation that I got is the Almay Skin Perfecting Comfort Matte Foundation. This is in the shade 230 Warm Caramel. Now, I really did like this foundation when I used it. My only issue with it is that the shade range is so trash, which is why I don't purchase from Almay. The shade range is trash. Oh, it doesn't have a pump. I forgot about that. But not only is this kind of expensive, but it's just a trash shade range. Like, they just don't care about people of deeper skin tones. And honestly, I don't even think they had a lot of if I can remember correctly, I don't even think they had a lot of lighter, like really light pale skin tones either. So Almay is just kind of like that. We're just going to publish a few shades in the middle of the road and that's it. And I have a problem with that. But I did go ahead and purchase it. I did like the foundation. So if they had your shade and you're interested in it, it was pretty good. L'Oreal True Match. This is the super blendable makeup. This is like one of those OG foundations. This one's in the shade W8 Creme Cafe, my perfect shade, and this is a really good foundation. Another basic everyday really good foundation. It has like medium coverage, and this is just one of those foundations that you put it on, you know it's gonna work, you know you're gonna look nice. This is like the OG of foundations. It's super small, so easy to travel with. It is a glass bottle, but it's just really tiny and fits kind of in your purse or wherever you need it to fit. So the Il Maquillage foundation, I think you can only find this on their website. This is a really good foundation, like a really good foundation. This is one of my last Instagram wear tests I think that I did, and this is one of those that you definitely want to try out. What most impressed me about this is that they had the shade finder online. They have so many different shades in this foundation, and I was like, there is no freaking way I'm going to be able to choose my right shade. So they do have this like money back guarantee if you don't like the foundation or don't like the shade. It's like a 14-day trial period or something. I chose my perfect shade, and I was like, no freaking way. How did I do that? The shade match on here, the shade finder, is the truth. So I got the shade number 155, and I don't know. I was blown away by how I was able to choose my right shade. Down to the final three. Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. I'm in the shade 127 medium tan. Another really great foundation. I remember I did an Instagram wear test on this foundation and I forgot it was on, and I went to the gym. I went to Orange Theory. If you guys know anything about Orange Theory, you run a lot, and your girl is a sweater. So I went to Orange Theory and I forgot this was totally on my face. When I got done with that workout after sweating like crazy, my foundation was still on. And it still looked really good, like really good. So I will forever remember that about this foundation, because your girl don't work out in makeup at all, ever. And this foundation looked so good after that workout. It almost made me want to wear it again during the workout, but I don't. But that's just something I gotta say about this. So the Shiseido, this is the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. I got the shade 410 Sunstone. I like this foundation. It's a really good foundation. Another basic everyday foundation. Only thing about saying that about this is a high-end foundation, so it's not cheap to be a basic everyday foundation, you know what I mean? So I feel like you can get basic everyday foundations from the drugstore, as I've already told you. So I mean, there's a catch-22 kind of with this one. And last but not least, this is like a classic CC OG foundation. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Demi Matte Finish Foundation. And I'm in the shade 109 Classic Tan, my perfect shade. I absolutely love this foundation so much to its core. Keeps me matte. This is one of the best foundations at the drugstore. Hands freaking down. But FYI, this is what I hate about different brands. Like, why are all the colors not the same? I am in Classic Tan in this line with L'Oreal. With the True Match, I'm in W8 Creme Cafe. And then I also have the Infallible Fresh Wear, and I'm in 505. Like, why all the different shades? That is so confusing when you're going to look for a shade. That's all I'm saying. We've made it through, you guys. Thank you so much. If you stuck with me this far, make sure you comment down below that you stuck with me to the end. If you have not subscribed already and you're still here, honey, I don't know why you haven't clicked that subscribe button, but just go ahead and do so. You know you want to. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and putting up with my ridiculously long video. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.